Hello and welcome to Cambeo. This is a quick onboarding video to help you get acquainted with the system. If you currently don't have time to watch it, or you would like to watch it again later, you can always refer back to this video along with other helpful tools and guides located in our Resource Center on the right side of the page. Now, before we jump into all the tools in this platform, I would like to mention a few things. First, everything is sent out via email. So your team does not need to have a login in order to participate in the different assignments. They will receive an email with a link that allows them to go in and complete those trainings or assignments. Second, the whole platform is mobile optimized, so you don't have to be on a computer in order to participate. It will work on a computer, tablet, or smartphone. And three, I would like to re-emphasize the Resource Center. As you're working through this platform and using the different tools, if you come up with a question that you have, please refer to the Resource Center, as that has step-by-step instructions with videos on how to use every single tool in the platform. To begin, you'll find all the tools from the left menu. We'll start with the assessments. Assessments are an organizational survey, or as we tell our patients, a 6-month checkup for our office. There's two main steps to use this tool. First step is you'll want to create the questions that you want to use. So we will click on Create. You'll see there'll be a few templates that you're able to reference and utilize, or you're also able to create your own from scratch. To view the assessment and see those questions, you can click on the name of the one you want to view and scroll down. You'll see what those questions are. You're welcome to make edits to these templates to make them your own. Once you do complete those edits, click the Finish button and that will save any edits that you made. Once we have the questions that we want to use, the second step would be to launch that to our team. So we will click on Launch. And this process is very simple. First, we'll want to select which questions we want to send. Next, we'll give it a name. The name is more the event. So this could be Practice Assessment October 2021. Next, we'll select a due date of when we want our team to complete it by. And then we'll select this plus sign to allow us to choose who we want to send this to. With assessments, generally we want everyone to participate, so we can use this quick select to select everyone. You'll see that added a checkbox next to everyone's name. Click Add, and you'll see them listed here. Click Continue and then Confirm, and that will send an email to everyone listed here with a link to go in and complete that assessment. As the leader, once you do send that out, when you go to this assessments page, you will see that listed here where you can track the progress and see those results when it's available. The assessment is anonymous and confidential, so people can feel comfortable in giving their honest and candid feedback. And that is the assessment tool. The next one is the performance reviews. There's two different types of review. So there's the traditional top-down version, which is the employee review, so manager reviewing their team. We also have the 360 reviews, where you can have multiple people participate in that review process. So for example, you could have the manager reviewing their team as well as each team member reviewing themselves, so you can see side by side how they rate themselves versus how the manager rates them. And then you can have that conversation. The process for both the performance reviews is the same in terms of first you want to create those questions. Click on Create and then go to Manage Survey Questions. And we can again build out those questions, or you can utilize the pre-built templates. You can click on the name again to view what those questions are, or make any edits or tweaks that you would like. And then again click Finish. Once we have the questions, and once you decide which version you want to send out, you're then ready to launch that to your team. Employee reviews, with this being the top-down manager filling this out, it won't send any emails out to anyone. When you go to launch this will just take you in directly to complete that review. So click launch. You can click which questions you want to use, give it a name, and then select who you want to send this to. Check those boxes, click add, and now when I go and click continue and confirm, it will take me directly into filling out and completing that review for these people. The 360 launch is a little bit different as you have multiple people participating, so it does send out an email. So when we click 360 reviews and then click launch, you'll give it a name, again naming the event. You'll pick the questions you want to use. You can give it a due date of when you want people to complete it by. And then you can select who you want to participate. So we can do, as an example, I'll select the manager and a few people from her team. Okay. When I select these and I click add, you'll see it brings up a matrix down below. So the people across the top are who would be filling out the review, and they'd be filling it out for the people down the left hand side. So as I'm filling out this matrix here, Jeanette is the manager, so I can say I want Jeanette to review everyone on her team. So I would check all those boxes. I also want the employees to rate themselves. So I would check these gray boxes as those indicate a self-review. I could even have the manager self-review as well. So leaving the matrix set up like this, you'll have the self-review of the employees side by side with the manager's review. You are also able to fill this matrix out however you want. You can have additional people participating, so you have more data points to pull from as you have that review process. Once this matrix is filled out how you would like, you can click create, and this would send an email out to the people across the top with a link to go in and complete that review. And again, as a leader, you're able to come in here, go to the 360 reviews, and see that new review that was sent out, and click on the results to view and track the progress and see those results as it's completed. The 360 also is anonymous, so you don't see the individual results of so-and-so said this about me, but you are able to see, here's how I rated myself compared to my managers, compared to the doctors, or compared to my peers, whatever the case may be, depending on how your organization is structured. And that's the performance reviews piece. The next tool is the checklists and audits. Checklists and audits can be used to help standardize policies or procedures across your teams or across your locations. Similar process where you first create the questions. You'll see some that are pre-built in here for OSHA and for HIPAA. We also have some other ones like a telephone skills one, just to look and see, is your team answering the phone appropriately? The correct tone of voice. If there's a certain phrase you want them to use, you can build out those questions here. Okay, click finish, and then I have the questions ready that I want to use. Now I want to launch that to my team, or I want to fill that out. So there's two options. You can fill it out yourself, or you can assign somebody else and have them fill it out. When I assign, I can pick the one I want to send. I can give it a name, again, naming the event. So, top 5 OSHA checklist, October 2021, as an example. And then I can select this plus sign, who I want to fill it out. It can be an individual, it can be multiple people, and click add. I can also give it a due date, to have them complete it by. And then when I click continue and then confirm, that will send an email to these people with a link to go in and complete that checklist. And then for me as the leader, I can come in here and track the progress of that and see those results once that's done. The next tool, the tasks, these are more daily tasks, things you need to be done during a certain shift. You can build out your library of tasks. You can create new tasks from scratch. To name it or to create a task, very simple. The next tool on the list is tasks. These are more daily tasks, things that need to be done on or during a shift. You can come in and you can create tasks from scratch. I'll just go in and show an example really quickly. You can give it a name and you can write step-by-step instructions for that task. You can have as many steps as you like. You can drag and drop the order, and you can also create or upload a picture to go along with the steps, so if needed they can see what it should look like when they complete each step. When I go to assign this to my team, there's a couple ways I can assign this. I can pick the due date, and it can be a one-time thing, like I just need this done today, or I need this done daily or weekly, every Wednesday I need this done, or monthly, every 15th I need this done. And then I can select who I want to assign that to. Then there's two ways I can assign this. I have any assigned task is marked complete, or each assigned task is marked complete. If I select any, it will be assigned to all of these people, but as long as one of them does it, it'll be marked complete. So I could assign this to everyone, select any, Stephanie could do it, and it would mark it complete for all of them. Or I can select each, and it will be assigned to everyone, but everyone will have to do it in order to mark it complete. So I can make those selections as needed, and then click assign, and again, they would receive an email with a link to go in and complete that task. The last tool is the learning library. This is where all the training lives. So first, let's talk about the top part of this page. Across the top, you'll see different folders that you'll have access to. You'll have, by default, your company folder, and then there'll be additional folders potentially depending on your account. These folders act as a filtering. So when these are all displayed like this, that would mean that everything below is pulling from each of these folders. So if I decide I want to look at HIPAA, for example, I can close all these other folders, and now everything I'm viewing below is only pulling from that folder. Or I can select Library Management and open those back up. The next part I want to talk about is these buttons down here. This is the main navigation for the Learning Library. So modules are any individual piece of content. So a video, a document, an audio file, those would all be considered modules. You can upload your own modules here. Click upload. Process is very simple. Give it a name. Drag and drop the file here, or if you happen to have like a YouTube link, you can put that link here and give it a name. You can select which folder you want it to go into. You can have categories if you'd like as well to help organize your training. And then you can select to make it go live, to publish it in your library, and click save. And that will add that to your library. Once you have those in here, you're able to then make assignments to your team. So I can click assign now. I can click this plus sign and assign this training, this module, to an individual or my whole team or everyone across my locations, depending on your organization. When I click add, and then if I click assign to employees, that would send an email out to all of these people with a link to go in and complete that training. Let me go back. So that's the module piece. And then you're able to group modules into courses. So instead of making assignments one by one by one by one, you could group these 4 modules together and create a course. And the system will walk them through each of those modules. So you can make the one assignment, but you'll see like here, this course has 3 modules. I can make the one assignment and the system will walk them through. Complete this one first, and then this one, and then this one. So you can specify which trainings they need to complete first and in what order. You're also able to group courses into learning programs. So you really have a lot of flexibility on how you would like to organize your training. But modules would be where all the content lives. The last one is quizzes. Quizzes can be standalone, or you can group quizzes together with a video or a document to make sure they actually watched it or actually read it. And you can creating a quiz is very easy. Give it a name, add in your questions, and quizzes can be a traditional quiz that's scored, where you have a correct answer. I can change the verbiage here if I don't like these words. I can change them to be whatever I want them to be. And I can select this is the correct answer. I can have as many questions as I want, and then I can say, okay, yes, they need to pass this quiz before they can move on, and they need to get an 80% or higher in order to pass. Publish that to my library and click save. And that will add that to my library, to my folder. And then from here, again, I can assign that to my team. Now the one thing I want to show is on this home button, this is where you can track all the progress and all the results of all the training that you assign. So on the home button, I can see, okay, I've assigned 42 modules to my team. And I can see 5 have been completed. Majority of them have not. I can click on the name of the module to see which people were assigned to that module and what their individual status is. I can also click on the name of the individual to go to their profile page, where I can see everything this individual is working on. I can see what they've completed and the date they completed it, and scores if that's associated with that. I can see everything that's been assigned, and I can send reminders, and I can track the current status of all of those assignments. So I have a closed loop accountability for all the training that I assign to my team. On the right, we have 2 more buttons that I want to walk through briefly. The assignments button, this just lists every assignment you make to your team, puts it on one page, where you're able to then export this into a CSV file. And then you also have the quiz scores button, so as you assign quizzes, this will list out the quizzes that you assign with the scores, and I can click on the name of it, and I can see which questions do they get right, which questions do they get wrong, so I know where that additional training needs to be. And that is a quick overview of the Learning Library. And then those are all the different tools in the Cambeo platform.